Businesses need to be able to change as markets change. To keep up with changes, they frequently update their brands and advertising in a process called rebranding. Rebranding often prompts these companies to redesign their logos at the same time. Take, for example, NBC, the national broadcasting company of the United States. This company started in the days of radio, hence the microphone in its original logo from 1944. Moving into television and then color television, the company adopted its distinctive peacock design in 1956. Since then, it has updated the bird several times to reflect the tastes and styles of the times. Rebranding and new logo designs are always strategic decisions. They may be needed because a company has changed its focus. For example, Xerox, a company whose primary product was once photocopiers, wanted to call attention to the fact that it handles a much wider range of document technology now. Some companies may want to change their image because there have been some negative associations with their old one. For example, Kentucky Fried Chicken hoped to distance itself from unhealthy fried foods. When it redesigned the product's logo, the word fried disappeared and only the initials KFC remained. The logo for oil company British Petroleum BP looked like any sign you might see at a petrol station. Customers often associate fossil fuels with climate change and a negative impact on the environment. So BP opted for a greener logo, one that resembles a sunflower. Some brands simply mature and need a new logo to show this. Many high-tech companies, often founded by young entrepreneurs, begin with logos that reflect the age of their founders. If the companies are successful and begin to appeal to a wider audience, they may want to refine their logo. Both Spotify, the music and video streaming service, and Snapchat, the image messaging app, have gone through this process. Spotify's earlier, youthful logo has recently evolved into a simple graphic that evokes sound waves. Snapchat's cute ghost has lost its silly face, retaining only the figure's outline. The public generally resists changes to familiar logos at first. However, opposition to the new design usually dies down after a while, especially if the new logo retains some familiar elements. For example, the new BP logo kept the color scheme of the old logo, and the new KFC logo retains the familiar bearded face of its founder, Colonel Sanders. If there is too much change, however, customers may become confused or reject the change. Executives at PepsiCo found this out when they changed the logo for one of their brands, Tropicana orange juice. Customers were looking for the familiar orange with a straw. They did not recognize the product with the new logo as Tropicana. Sales dropped dramatically, and PepsiCo brought back the old logo. A final reason for a new logo design comes from technology. New platforms may necessitate modifications. As devices become smaller, logos need to be simpler and easier to recognize on a small scale. Companies like Airbnb and PayPal dropped their names and chose simpler graphics for their latest logos so that users can identify them more easily on their mobile devices. Changes in technology can place limits on logo designs, but can also offer new options. In particular, as more business and personal interactions take place in digital environments, more companies are creating logos that are animated and interactive. The foremost example of this is Google's latest logo, which appeared in 2015. The new logo has the same 4 basic colors as the old logo, but it transforms into a number of different images depending on the product. For example, at the start of a Google voice search, the logo transforms into 4 dots in the Google colors, then into 4 wiggling lines that look like sound waves. New logos can be expensive. The sunflower logo cost BP £4.6 million to design and a further £132 million to rebrand all its assets. New logos can also be risky. PepsiCo lost $33 million in revenue on top of the cost of rebranding twice with its short-lived Tropicana logo. Yet for most companies, the process can inject new energy into a brand and is therefore considered worth the investment.